Hey everybody, what's going on? Today is Friday, October the 28th, and we got a big 11 game schedule and a lot of interesting games. So let's jump into the action. In the first game, we got Atlanta at Detroit. These teams are playing for the second time within the last couple of days. They played again in Detroit. The Hawks ended up winning that game, not covering the 7.5 point spread that we had. It was a very, very close game throughout. The Hawks got the difference at the end and got squeezed out the W. Over here, we see a 6.5 points offered to us by the books, a point less than we got in the previous game. Over here, I had it estimated at 5.5 because the game was so competitive last time. The books decided to give 1 point. Um, this is it's kind of a tough game to cap. We'll take a look at it a little bit later, closer towards game time. If we get a little bit, if we get some line movements or something that gives us some interest. So yeah, that's the first game. Let's check out the next one. Charlotte at Orlando. We got Charlotte as a small 1.5 favorite. I had them favored by 2.5. Orlando is winless, 0-5 on the season. The Hornets are 2-2. They played a very exciting game against the Knicks the night before. Um, Lost a close one. They went to OT and lost at the end. We're very competitive for the second game in a row on the road. A small favorite here, a small favorite. Um, this line is a little bit off. I had this as a 2.5 point favorite. The Hornets 1.5. Let's check out the injury report. They did have some injuries with Terry Rozier, Lamelo. See what their status is. No, nothing. They're still going to be out. Doubtful. Terry Rozier, doubtful. So nobody's going to be returning there. Let's check out Orlando. We got Orlando here. Cole Anthony, new player missing. Cole Anthony and Jalen Suggs still out. That means and Markel Fultz has not played so far this season. They're playing with all three of their point guards out. Strange line in my opinion. A 1.5 does look like the books will want some action on this. Orlando might they might get their first W of the season. We'll see what this line does closer towards game time, and we'll make up our minds. But so far the lean is on Orlando. Next game we got Indiana at Washington. Washington, 5 point favorite. I had them estimated at 7. This is kind of a short line in my opinion. Uh, 2 points off my estimate of 7. The the Pacers are 1-4. Washington 3-1. Let's check out the injury report. See if we have any injuries, notable injuries that. Okay, Daniel Tice is out, which means Miles Turner might be making his debut today. That kind of explains it. Miles Turner is not on the report, so he'll probably be back in the lineup today. The Wizards, nothing really new. Delon Wright, he's gonna be out for a while. New injury. Okay, so we got our answer as to why the line is so low. Miles Turner returning. So okay, we'll take a look at this little closer towards game time or at the half. Next game, Cleveland at Boston. Boston 6.5 point favorite. I had it at 5. 6.5 is a little inflated, in my opinion. Let's check out the injury report real quick. We got Grant Williams suspended, a rotation player, important piece, a good defender coming off the bench. Cleveland 6.5 points. Let's see what their Darius Garland status still missing. Okay, this line is a little overinflated in my opinion. I do believe the money will definitely come into this plus 6.5. Um, Cleveland also is a public favorite. People do like betting on the Cavs. They are 3-1 to start. Celtics 3-1 also. I'm going to be leaning on the Celtics in this one. 6.5. I really do believe that the public love will be on the Cavs on this one. We will follow it. We'll see. Maybe we can get a half point down, get a -6, or if it gets that bet down closer towards game time. Let's check out the next game on the schedule. Philadelphia at Toronto. Philly favored by a point and a half. They have started off really slow. 1-4 on the season. Toronto 3-2. Um, Philly was also favored in the first game that they played a couple of nights ago. The books insist favored again despite them losing, and Toronto really looking like the superior team. Let's check out the injury report. Scotty Barnes returned in that last game. Worked out well for Toronto. Uh, just Otto Porter, he still hasn't made his debut this season. Philly, we got Embiid as questionable as a knee issue for Embiid, which is quite strange. With his status being up in the air and them still getting early money on getting a 1.5 point line despite Embiid being questionable. This will be interesting to see when his status is confirmed, whether he's in or out, and see what the line does from here. And yeah, well, this is definitely a game that we're going to have to wait closer towards game time to make a decision. Next game, we got Lakers at the Timberwolves. I had Minnesota favored by 7. Over here, we got them favored by 7.5. We know the Lakers. Getting tired of talking about these guys. They just. I feel really bad for Lakers fans. This is just a train wreck, a disaster of a team. The Timberwolves, solid, very solid. They've started off the season 3-2. Um, Undoubtedly the better team out of the two. News coming out of the Lakers camp is we got some news here. Let's see. AD is listed as questionable. Game time call. Uh, Important news. And also, I read that from now on, Darvin Ham is gonna he's gonna be getting Westbrook. He's gonna be taking Westbrook off the Westbrook is gonna be coming in off the bench. That's just a huge uh, a huge blow this to Westbrook. This is just okay. I understand he's not playing well, but a player of his caliber, an ex MVP, a future Hall of Famer, um, getting demoted to the bench for something that I don't believe is his fault for the Lakers' woes. He's paying the price. This will definitely bring some a negative atmosphere to a negative environment to the team. This is just very tough to bet on them. Uh, yeah, just not much else to say. This is just a tough team to bet on, and a tough team to. It's just very sad. That's all I gotta say. Next game, we got New York at Milwaukee. The Bucks favored by 6. I had them also favored by 6. The Knicks uh, have started off the season 3-1, playing good basketball. Jalen Brunson, I'm gonna say it again. He has really helped the team. He's given them that playmaking and that leadership that they needed on the perimeter that they were missing, and it's showing now in their play and their 3-1 record. The Bucks 3-0 started the season playing very well. The line is pinpoint accurate according to my estimation, so no edge there. Let's check out the next game, the Chicago Bulls at San Antonio. The Spurs, first game back from a road trip, can always be tricky. Um, Players do tend to relax when they get back home from a road trip. The Bulls have been playing very good basketball ever since that huge turnaround win that they got against the Celtics. In the next game, they carried that form over and won their last game also by a big margin. And now they're favored on the road by 4.5. I do believe that money will be coming on the Spurs. People are going to be loving the Spurs. They, in my opinion, have really overachieved so far to start the season. Um, and I do believe that we will get a lot of value in betting against them. We do have to pick our spots. Tonight might be one of these spots. Let's check out the injury report we got here. Zach LaVine is listed as questionable. Left knee injury management. So there's a good possibility that he might be missing. Um, will that stop us from betting on the Bulls? Maybe not. This is even though I had the favorite at 4 over here, we got an extra half point. The books are giving him a little extra love. I do believe the money will continue coming in on the Spurs. I do expect them to come down to earth and show that their true colors, which is, I believe, the bottom of the Western Conference when it's all said and done. So we'll be looking at the Bulls. The lean over here is on the Bulls. The next game we got Utah at Denver. Denver 8.5. I had them favored by 8. We remember what happened between these two games in the season opener. The Jazz surprised the Nuggets and won the game straight up in their season opener. The books are insisting 8.5 points. Yeah, I do believe the money will also come back in on the Jazz again. They might be expecting them to do the same. If not, make it competitive. We will follow this line. We will follow this line. If we see any downward movement from 8.5 to an 8 to a 7.5, get some confirmation that the money is really coming in on Utah, we might take a stab on Denver. But for now, we'll be leaving this alone. Next game, Houston at Portland. Portland's favored by 4. They have started off the season hot. They did lose their last game, granted, to the Heat easily. Dame Lillard is the news coming out of Portland. He suffered a calf strain, which will keep him out for a couple of weeks, so he won't be playing tonight. 4-1 on the season. Houston 1-4, going in opposite directions. It's tough to see how Portland responds without Lillard. They are still the superior team. This might be some value. The -4. We will look at it and see what we get closer towards game time to make a decision. Next game, New Orleans at Phoenix. Phoenix favored by 7. As just at a first glance, you think overinflated. Phoenix too big of a favorite against the Pelicans team that is very strong this season. But as we can see here, they have quite a few players on the injury report. We see Jose Alvarado, the backup point guard, is questionable. C.J. McCollum, an important player. His right hand, his shooting hand is hurt. He's listed as questionable. Might not be playing tonight. Brandon Ingram is definitely up because he's in concussion protocol. Zion Williamson listed as questionable. Let's see what his status is looking like. Let's see. He went through practice on Thursday, so there's a good chance that he'll be back in the lineup. So we might see Williamson back, Ingram out, most possibly CJ out. This is also another game that we're going to have to wait closer towards game time till the dust clears and we see who will be available and who will not. So let's do a quick recap real quick on the games of interest. Atlanta, Detroit, nothing. Charlotte, Orlando, we will be leaning here on Orlando with the short line that I believe that this will have most of the action on it. We will be going with the other side. Orlando, Indiana, Washington. Miles Turner's coming back, so the line is adjusted to the from the -7 that I had to the -5. So there's not really an edge there either. Cleveland at Boston, the 6.5. It does look overinflated. The money, I'm almost positive, will be coming in on Cleveland. Hopefully we get a smaller line, a 6 or a 5.5 if the line gets bet down from Boston to take Boston, the second lean of the night. The Sixers in Toronto, we got to wait for Embiid's status on this one to make a decision. Lakers at Minnesota, no thank you. New York at Milwaukee, also tough line, no. Chicago at San Antonio. We will be looking at the Bulls on this. And as strange as it might sound to you guys, if LaVine is ruled out, I will actually be even more inclined to take the Bulls here. Hopefully we will get a better line. If he is ruled out and this line doesn't move, it'll be one of the top picks of the night. Next game, Utah at Denver. This is a complete This is just a complete, I'll say it raw, a mind fuck of a game. Something that I don't want to get involved with. Houston at Portland, Lillard is out. We don't know how the Blazers will react to this. They don't have that strong of a roster without Lillard in the lineup. Um, a short line. I had it estimated. It's the same. No edge. We're gonna leave this alone to start. Also here, too many injury worries. Too many players that are questionable to make a decision on this. So that is it. That is it. Big 11 game schedule, and we got some nice leans. We got some nice leans. I will be coming up with my final plays closer towards game time. So check back in. Sign up to one of my channels. We got a channel on Telegram. We have a Viber chat, and we also have a channel on Discord. Check in the description, sign up, and get my final plays. Um, if you like my analysis, hit the like button. Share the video with your friends if they're also interested in NBA in the NBA and betting on the NBA. And subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, guys, I see some very, very good possible opportunities for tonight. So don't miss out. Sign up to one of the chats. They are free. So that's it, everybody. Uh, Good luck, and let's get that money.